Yep,
Okay.
you just let me know when to advance screen.
All right, I will. Well, welcome everyone to this afternoon's membership webinar. My name is Nalani Flynn from the Rotary Club of Waianae Coast, and today I am joined with some of the members from your district membership committee. We'd like to begin the session with a short video from District 5180 on an experience from a Rotary Club. Conrad? Okay. We had the agenda, but I forgot to go over that and we went straight to the video. But what I would like to share next would be on best practices, and that video spells out the next section that I want to talk about, and that is managing guests and prospective members. So Conrad, if you would put the list up for me, I'd like to go over them. Great. Thank you. First one, approach and meet the guest with a smile, maintain eye contact, and with the proper body posture, greet the guest accordingly. As you watch the video, here was a prospective member, and the way he was treated, how the people smiled and made eye contact, he felt like a lost person. You know, it says that when you give a presentation in speaking, the words account for 7%, voice tone 38%, and body language 55%. Looking at the gentleman, I'm not sure he would come back because he was not well received. And that's one of the things that Eric, our district governor, has stressed upon is the greeters. how well you make people feel. Secondly, friendly first impression. The number one reason that people stay in Rotary, they say, is fellowship. Okay, yes, it is fellowship. I can hear the echo. And that first impression, as business people, we know that when we are trying to get a job, we only have one moment to make everything count. So we want to give our best. And as we welcome these new prospective members to our club, we want to give them an impression that we care about them. And we smile and we greet them, we shake their hands and we welcome them in. And so that they can leave feeling that, wow, this is a friendly club that I would like to belong to. Be highly competent, knowledgeable, and enthusiastic. Knowledgeable. What kind of knowledge is important? Well, know something about your club. How long has your club been here? How many members do you have? What are the dues like? How long is your meeting? Is it warm and aloha? Does it make a person feel valued? That's important because when you are able to answer these questions, it takes a lot of the fear out of wondering, is this a club I would like or an organization I would like to belong to? And make sure it is with such enthusiasm. As an example, too, for a greeter, train your greeters, rotate monthly. Now, I'm going to be bad about my club. We are at a restaurant room, and the entrance door is quite a ways from where the tables are. And I've known some of our club members to just turn and look at the people, and they standing at the door, and then they walk, and then they reach to the table, and then someone says, "Hi, can I help you?" I've tried to share with my club members, you should go up to them and greet them. But no, they rather sit at the chair. So that does not make a very good impression for those coming to visit your club. So we need to train our greeters and let them know. Okay, train your greeters. Yeah, and rotate them monthly. Now, my club, sometimes they would give the new member the job of greeting people as they come to the door because it gives them an opportunity to get to know who the members are and their names and everything else. But, you'll need to give them a little more time to share with them some knowledge on your club. But that is a nice way to start them and get them engaged. The next thing is learn from other clubs. I believe in going and visiting other clubs, whether it's good or bad, to learn and bring back all the things that would help make your club a better club experience. And even the bad things, you can learn from that to say, okay, that didn't work well. So the next thing is quarterly greeters meeting. What did you learn? Any suggestions? Share about that. And that is important. Next thing is give them an invitation to return. Now, Conrad has something later on to share with you about inviting them to come back. Make them feel that you want them to come back and, walk them out and let them know that we enjoy their company. The next thing is make guests feel comfortable, show proper respect and kindness. It's important to have them sit with their sponsor, or if not, inquire on their vocation and have them sit with someone that is like-minded. Last one, come as a guest, leave as a friend. Come as a guest and leave as a friend. That's important. That you want them to know that they were important enough and that you want to be a friend with them and come back and have some fellowship. So that is something that is really important. Now, Conrad, can we put up the agenda again so I can let our people know what will be covered? Thank you. What we just did was club experience best practices, and I went over managing guests, potential members. The next segment, managing new members, I'd like to call Connie Ichinosi from the Rotary Club of Hilo, and she will share the next segment of those best practices. So we begin with Connie at this time. Connie?
Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you, Nalani. Well, one thing I wanted to add with helping one good suggestion that has helped us is that I kind of formed a subcommittee within the membership committee, and I kind of called it Team TLC, and it really works well because what it did was maybe have about 3 or 4 people on that committee, and just maybe ask, for instance, maybe a senior member or a kind of sort of new member, someone that doesn't always share the spotlight that much, but they know that their responsibility is, if I bring them over to a new guest or a new member and I introduce them, they kind of know that that's the cue for them to sit at their table. So kind of what Nalani was saying, but being very proactive about it. And so they know that their job is to sit there and to engage that person and to be like another person along with their sponsor or the person that invited them, and just to make that experience great for that new person. And it works on 2 levels, because not only does it do what, the best practices and making the new person feel welcome, but it also, on another level, it makes the person on the Team TLC team feel really needed and important and just appreciated. So it works at that level as well. So it helps with member retention. So that's another little thing you can do, small little things that you can do to make the experience a nice one for your new person. So then moving on to the new members. So of course you guys all know that every new member needs to have a new member orientation before their installation. And another thing that kind of has worked really well is what I would call the new member spotlight. And another person on the membership team will be assigned to interview the new member after their installation and ask them, they can either do this via in person or via email, and ask them some questions that maybe to get to know them a little bit better a different way. So like the gal that does it for our club, she asks different questions for the different people, so it's not a cookie cutter kind of thing. Like she's asked stuff like, what is your favorite movie, or what is your most memorable vacation, and something like that. And then what she does is she has like a template, and so she slots all the information in, and then she adds the new member's picture on there, and then she e-blasts it to the whole membership. And so everybody can kind of put a face to the name, especially if they don't come to all the meetings or haven't met the person yet. They can, make that connection. And it's kind of nice too, because it's a point of conversation as well. So when you do see that person in person, then you can go up to them and say, oh, yeah, I saw your interview, and I saw you went to Japan, and I just went to Japan, and then boom, you guys have something to talk about, something in common. So it's kind of a nice thing, and it makes the new member feel important. Another thing is the main thing that we want to do in the club is to get new members engaged and into our club, and make them feel invested in our club. So one of the ways we do that is I would also send them a new member bio, short bio. And I stress the word short because you don't want them to fill out so many pieces of paperwork along with their membership app. But this new member short bio has stuff like your list, your hobbies and interests, and most importantly, it has a checklist and the question is check all that apply to you, like which areas, avenues of service are you most interested in? And this gets emailed out to board of directors with instructions, please contact this new member to get them on your committee. And then the membership chair or the president can go one step further. When they see that person, they can bring them over to that board of director and say, hey, you know, so-and-so, this is so-and-so, have you met him yet? And, you know, he's interested in community service, so get him on your committee, you know, something like that. And so those are things that we can do and be proactive about. Let's see, anything else? I guess that's it. Okay, so I guess, Nalani, you're going to talk about
Managing
health check?
members.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Connie. And you know, you're welcome to jump in if you see there's something else I can add. Okay, this is the Rotary Club Health Check book. Let's see, it's being hidden by everyone here. Basically, this book is like going to a doctor's office. It helps to identify clubs that are struggling and the prognosis and prescription is also available in this book. I highly recommend it. It's a survey that club members can do to help determine the healthiness of your club. If your Rotary experience is a positive one, members enjoy being part of your club. If not, this is one way to find out what your members want through a member satisfaction survey. Then give them that experience of being able to let you know what needs to be done. And I really enjoy this book because this survey because it asks things like, oh, I look forward to attending club meeting. Do you? We have a greeter who welcomes members to meetings. Do you? We raise funds in a way that allows members to contribute what they wish. Now, if you have not that many answers on the survey, then the next page will have something like, okay, what's the problem? The problem is club meetings. So what's the prescription for that? Change the meeting format or the style for ideas, or use lead your club president, or be a vibrant club, or do a member satisfaction survey. Let the members tell you what's working or what's not working, and they like it when you change the format. That shows that you are listening. There's so much in this book. I'd like you to take it, look at it, go to RI and download it. It's really very simple. Take a look at it. You're going to find that it really helps to take care of a lot of issues that you may be experiencing in your club. And we all want healthy clubs, don't we? So I think that is it for now on the Rotary Health Check. Is there anyone that have any questions so far? Okay, if not, then on our agenda, what's next is lead generation. And doing this is President Carol Riley from the Rotary Club of Waikiki. Carol?
Thanks, Nalani. I'm so glad I have just a few minutes to talk with you about lead generation. Hold on, go back, Conrad. Go back. Okay, thanks. I'll let you know. Because on this slide, you know, it really causes me to think about Rotary International and the fact that we have 1.2 million members in our club. They come from 200 countries, meaning that we have 35,000 clubs. As I think about all these people doing really important good work for our communities and the world, it gets me to thinking something that I truly believe, and I think most Rotarians would agree, that membership truly, truly, truly is the key to effective Rotary clubs. That's why we need to pay attention to it. And I know our district governor, Eric, has lots of goals for this year. I also know one of his most important roles is to build membership in our Rotary clubs.
Yeah.
Can Nishihama, can I put the call through? She said,
Nalani, I didn't hear that.
I didn't either. Go ahead, continue, Carol.
Okay, so I was just saying that I know District Governor Eric's, one of his major goals is to increase our membership in Hawaii Rotarians. So I'm glad we have this time to talk about leads. Okay, Conrad, go. I'd like to share just a few statistics with you. You know, last year we had over 15,000 people in our country saying that they were interested in Rotary clubs. Out of those 15,000 people, 77% of them were never assigned to a club by our district. 67% of them were never even contacted by a club for possible membership. So we have a lot of work to do. Okay, Conrad. So here's a slide on membership leads for districts. My first question was, so where do these leads come from? They come from Rotary International. Rotary International finds somebody who's interested in learning something about Rotary in Hawaii. They immediately send emails, first to the district governor, to the assistant district governors, to the district membership chair, the district executive secretary, and also to me. What we do then is we log into My Rotary. Once we get into My Rotary, all we have to do is take a look at Managed Leads in My Rotary. When we get there, we can get specific information on the person. We find out their name, their email, their phone, their address. We find out maybe what they do, what they're interested in, what days they would like to come to meetings on, what times do they prefer, all the specifics. Then we're also able to manage the status of leads through this page. Finally, the last thing here is we have a great way to provide feedback. We can keep a record of the things we do, the responses we get to help to move the process forward. Additionally, on this page, there are a lot of different reports we can take a look at. There are individual reports, club reports, district reports, all on membership. It's really good information for us. Okay, next. Then we take a look at membership leads for clubs. Again, we send out some more emails. These go to club presidents, membership chairs, club secretaries, other officers, assistant district governors, and immediate past presidents. The big piece for our district is the assistant district governors have a major role in reaching out to clubs that might work for these potential members. It's important when clubs find out there's somebody in their area interested, they need to respond. Absolutely, that response is important. What they're going to try to do is they're trying to build relationships. Build relationships through conversations, open and honest, inviting people for coffee, maybe invite them to a club meeting, invite them to a club project, get them actively involved. It's really important to make them feel comfortable, make them feel wanted, Let them know how valuable they will be if they become a member of your club. Okay? And again, you've got to talk with the district, let the district know what you've done so we can keep the records up to date. New slide. So how do we manage leads for the clubs? First of all, once again, you go to Rotary.org, My Rotary, then Club Administration. Once you're Club Administration, you select View, Manage Leads. New slide. Once you've done that, you get to the point where you see names, addresses, phone numbers, emails, desires, passions, interests, all of those things about potential new members. Slide. I need to let you know right now that all members can go to these pages. Current officers can interact with the site. However, past presidents and president-elects can view the information. However, they cannot interact with the site. Next slide. This again is just a notice about all of the important reports that are available on the Rotary International site. And what they have individual reports, club reports, and district reports, all with really important information for us. So in summary, I think it's just so important to remember how important membership is, how important it is to follow up and follow through with potential members. Then I want to one more time stress the importance of assistant district governors. When you get a note that there is a potential member in your areas, look to your clubs, find out which club would be the best match, reach out to the president and or membership chair, have them follow through with the connection. And you know, this will be different for different clubs. Some presidents will say, I want to do this myself. Other ones will say, I have a membership chair. That person will do this for me. It depends upon what the club decides. It's going to look different in different clubs, but it's something we need to be committed to. My hope is, after paying attention to these processes, the statistics that I shared at the beginning will look much different at the end of District Governor Eric's year with his emphasis on membership. Thank you.
Oh, Nalani, you're muted. Can you hear me?
Nalani, you need to unmute. Can't hear you, Nalani. Take your mute off.
Here I was talking to myself. Okay. Thank you, Carol. At this time, Connie will be sharing our alternative club membership types. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So you can go to the next slide, Conrad, thanks. You know, I know you guys have all heard these objections, and I'm too busy, I can't make the meetings, and I can't afford the dues. I mean, these are things we've all heard when we've tried to get, I'm sure, right? So we want to try to be flexible, and Rotary has become a lot more flexible and in attendance, and also we're becoming more diverse in membership types and club types too. So we're kind of going to go over some of that. So types of memberships, I mean, there types of alternate memberships, there are a lot, but these are three that we're kind of going to go over. So the first one, the corporate membership. This is just it's awesome for like a business that wants to be involved in the community, and but they can't find, you know, a representative who's willing to, you know, just go in solely. So this way they can bring in, and it depends, your club decides on how many they want to, the maximum number of members in a corporate membership. But I think most clubs opt for like 3 to 4 people, but I've seen stuff online where there are like 5 or 6 even, but I think most clubs opt for 4 to 5, I mean 3 to 4. And let's see what else. So RI will recognize one member out of the corporate. So the business will designate one person to be the primary member. And but the good side is that they get to be, the business gets to be part of the club. And for the club, it's really great because you get all of a sudden not just one member, but you get 3, 4 or more, you know, and there's more bodies to help with projects and more excitement within the club. And as far as dues go, each club will determine the dues. I believe that it's usually like at least double or more than the regular membership type. So maybe that's one type of membership. And then, you know what, once you have a few corporate, you introduce corporate membership in there, you'll probably have regular members who want to switch over to corporate. So that's what happened in our club anyway. But and that's okay too, because even if you won't have any additional new members on, you know, number, it won't increase the number of your members. It does increase, that didn't make sense. I mean, it won't increase your membership numbers, but it does increase your member numbers. So that means, again, you have more bodies to help with projects and whatnot. So you guys know what I meant, right? So anyway, but for corporate memberships, it's a win-win for everyone, is what I'm trying to say. So there's another type, is the middle one, associate membership. And like it says, the target market is for young people or for retirees. So this is great for, like, say, Rotaractors who are transitioning over, they want to transition over into Rotary, or for maybe a young person who's just getting started in a career and wants to network. And so the advantage for the associate member is they pay reduced fees. And so that, again, is something that your club has to decide what it is. And what we do in our club is we assign a mentor to guide them, and then they're expected to have a minimum of, in addition to attending meetings, a minimum of 40 hours of sweat equity is what we call it. So this is hours that go towards either service projects or committee work or things like that. So then the last one that we're going to talk about today is the spouse membership. And let me ask you guys, let me just say that I'm sure you guys you can think of off the top of your head, like a few members, a few people within your club that have spouses that come to, you know, all the socials. They like to help at service projects, but they just feel like, okay, I'm just a spouse, I'm not a member. But this is a great way to get another member in your group, because this person is the perfect Rotarian. They already love Rotary, they love to serve, and so this is a way that they get in and they share. And you know, a lot of clubs don't stress attendance anymore, but if you do, and it is important, attendance is important in some way, shape, or form, but the spouses can share attendance. So if the spouse cannot make meetings, it doesn't matter, because one of them will always come to something. And so we have a few in our club that really just love Rotary, and they come, and so the thing is, the spouse member pays like a family membership fee. It's like a reduced fee again, but they can still come to the events that they like to come to, but they can also come by themselves because they're a full-fledged Rotarian. So it's, again, win-win for everyone. So what we're trying to do is trying to just diversify again. And a lot of clubs have found success with other types of clubs, like the e-clubs, the satellite clubs. So we're not really going to go into it this time on this webinar, but I believe, right, Nalani, that in the near future, we're going to have a whole thing on that. Correct? Yeah.
At our fall assembly,
Right. Okay. There you go.
fall seminar.
Mhm.
We can touch on that. Okay. Thank you very much, Connie. And now, attracting membership. And we have with us President Conrad Ike, who is helping on our committee with marketing and communication. And right now, he's my techie guy. So, Conrad, you're up.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Nalani. So today's seminar, webinar being the main topic being membership, and the subtitle of the membership is really retaining and recruiting new members. And you've heard different legs with regards to membership. Obviously, one of the legs is making sure that we have best practices in place for attracting new members, recruiting new members, maintaining or onboarding new members, and then, of course, taking care of your existing members. And then we also talked about the lead generation source that we have in place, in which we need to nurture further. So when these leads come in through Rotary International, we've already have a process in place to make sure that we develop those relationships. And then thirdly, we talked about the fact that clubs are being more creative in their membership, so that it casts a wider net in terms of the types of people that can join the clubs and stuff like that. And this is the fourth leg, and the fourth leg is obviously how do we attract members besides waiting for RI International to funnel leads to us. And what it bottles down to is marketing, branding, and public promotion and public relations. And so these are basically ideas on how each club can attract new members to their clubs. The first one is what we call a Join Us Kit. And this is something that my club, the Rotary Club of Ala Moana, has institutionalized this Rotary year. And the idea behind a Join Us Kit is we want to make it easy for guests to want to come to a club meeting or event. And so we created this quick kit where it's a flyer that basically gives a rundown of what the Rotary Club of Ala Moana is all about. And the thing that we try to highlight mostly is on projects, service projects. And the next slide will explain why service projects is an important thing to highlight. And then included in this flyer that we provide to guests is 3 certificates that basically allows them to join any club meeting on us, right? So we are a lunch meeting club, so the guest does not need to pay for their lunch, because we've given them 3 certificates to come and join us at any time after their first visit. We also use these same kits to give to our guest speakers. So sometimes a guest speaker comes by themselves, or they come with 2 other people, one or 2 other people. We give each person a Join Us Kit, because if they don't use it, they can always give it to a friend and things like that, because we should look at our guest speakers as potential members as well. So that's what a Join Us Kit is all about. And I've shared this, the samples here with some of with the people on the membership committee, and I'm more than happy to share this with any other club who's interested in creating their own Join Us Kit. what we tried to do on the certificate is make it a little official by numbering it and stuff like that, because there's a sense of exclusivity to having the certificate given to the specific individual, because as we talked about, we want to make these people feel important. And so these are just little tactics or marketing tactics to kind of create that perception. What we don't want to do is try to make it so exclusive that you can only get this by invitation only, and that's why we try to freely give these out to any guest who comes to the meeting, or any guest speaker, or all guest speakers and their respective guests as well. Another idea to attract members is to have more service projects. And the reason for that is because Rotary International commissioned a market research firm, Siegel and Gale, to do market research. And what they have found in their market research is that the majority of people join Rotary because of projects. Now, they also join for networking and social and things like that, and things like that. But the thing that really popped in the survey was that the number one reason that people join was because of service projects. So if you have more service projects, that's going to be a way to attract people. And you heard District Governor Eric Kaler talked about, instead of promoting your past service projects on your website and things like that, what we should try to do is be a little bit more proactive and start promoting service projects that are upcoming, because that's what people are attracted to. And so if they see that there's an upcoming service project that fits their interest, they're more likely to pick up the phone or send out an email to reach out to your clubs to see how they can be a part of that and stuff. And of course, we all know this, and it's not an earth-shattering concept, but having more service projects actually keeps clubs active and vibrant, and that's really good for retention. So our clubs may be tired and things like that, but the reason why most people joined in the past is because they like the service projects aspect of Rotary. Third idea is to have a membership hook everywhere. And what that means is that on your club website and Facebook page, I know that in the past, a lot of clubs focus on their membership. So in other words, the club website was really geared to the current club's members. By changing it a bit and making sure that your club website and Facebook page really targets the public, you're going to have more opportunities for people to feel that they can reach out to your club to see how they can join, how they can donate, and how they can participate in service projects. Another way to create a membership hook is to leverage YouTube videos. We're in a day and age where videos is a way to talk to the public, and by having YouTube videos, whether it be interviewing club members. Earlier on this webinar, Connie mentioned about the short biographies of your new members. Here's an opportunity to do it on a video concept to showcase why people join Rotary. So by creating a YouTube channel that is tied to your social media accounts, that's going to be a way to start attracting viewers to your YouTube videos. And then the last two bullet points in order to create that membership hook is making sure that our district phone number and membership websites are everywhere. So if you're having a service project, utilize banners to showcase that Rotary is at work, and those banners should have the phone number of the district as well as the membership website. What I mean by this is that each area's assistant governor has banners that are tied to their area. So, for example, in the Ala Moana, Rotary Club of Ala Moana, we are in the Waikiki area, so we share a banner with Waikiki, Honolulu, and Honolulu Sunset. So anytime that there's a service project or a project that we're out there in the community, we can have that banner up there and just hang it up there so that number one, it's promoting Rotary, and then number two, it's letting people know where they can get more information. And District Governor Eric Taylor is working with some other Rotarians to create this membership website so that we can start showcasing upcoming service projects so that people can funnel through this, and then from there, the prospective members can learn more about what's happening in all the various Rotary clubs to see which one best fits their needs. So this is what I was talking about. There is a website created called rotaryinhawaii.org, and this is the District 5000 membership website. And so what we're encouraging clubs to do is to promote their projects on this site. So if there's upcoming projects, you can promote it on the site, and then obviously it can point back to your website if you wanted to point it back to your website, or point it to a contact person so that potential members could contact these individuals directly. And then the last thing I wanted to share with you is something that the Waikiki area clubs are collaborating on. And what we want to try to do is make sure that Rotary is in the public spotlight. And one way to do that is perhaps creating or setting up an informational booth at a farmer's market. And so why would something like this, why would we want to do something like this when we're not pushing fruits and vegetables or some kind of eating item and whatnot? It's just an opportunity to be in the community or be in an area where there's community gathering and extend our Rotary brand. And the nice thing about doing an idea like this would be the fact that we're collaborating among multiple Rotary clubs. So it's not just one club trying to attract members for their club, but it's actually we're trying to attract membership for any club that wants to be part of this exchange program and stuff like that. And what we would be highlighting in these informational booths is just basically highlighting the projects that we've done in the past, as well as promoting the stuff that's going to happen in the future, because that hopefully we can encourage people to come visit the clubs. And so we're going to throw that idea out to other Rotary clubs that is on this webinar, that if you wanted to be part of this informational booth program, this is one way to do it. If you'd rather do it closer into your neighborhood and there's another type of community gathering there, then obviously you can do this as a standalone project as well. Okay, I will turn it back to Nalani for closing.
Okay, now I'm unmuted. Hold on. I'm on a webinar right now, so I'll call you back. Thank you. Okay, thank you all for your participation. Now this is time for question and answers. And so I'll start it off with Conrad on that farmers market idea that you're doing with the joint clubs. Are you coming up with one brochure that would be uniform and apply to all the clubs in your area to hand out?
Yes, that would be the plan. I mean, when we collaborate on the clubs that are going to be participating in this, we want to create one handout that basically talks about the projects that all these clubs do, because if it's a project that's unique to that club and it piques the interest of the visitor, then we certainly want to make sure that we can point them to the right club.
Okay. The reason why I was mentioning this is because the first weekend in November, we will be, the Waianae Rotary Club will be at the Waianae Farmers Market. And that would be a nice way to invite our neighboring Rotary clubs to come and join us. Another thing I wanted to put out there is that we're having our Christmas parade, and that's one way if any of the clubs would like to come and participate and walk behind of District Governor Eric and with your banners. That's another way of coming together of Rotary in Hawaii and being able to show the diverse groups from all over the state. I just
Yes,
wanted to put that out there.
absolutely. So you got the spirit of that idea, and that idea is taking our brand and touching the community. So doing it through these parades and farmers market and things like that is definitely something. And like I said, anyone who wants to join in with the Waikiki area clubs and do this farmers market thing on a rotational basis, we can then create some sustained branding. In other words, it's not a one and done type of an event, but it's something that we do perhaps on a monthly basis or biweekly basis or whatever, just so that we have some kind of sustaining brand to Rotary, and that people will continuously see us out in the community.
Great. Okay. Anyone out there have a question for any of the committee members?
I have a question.
Irina.
Aloha, everyone. It's absolutely amazing and great to see all of you, my fellow Rotarians. Well, my question to Conrad. It's absolutely amazing approach to have a join us kit on behalf of the club. And I wonder if it is possible if you share this kit to all the clubs. And we are e-club, and for us, it's actually the only thing that we can send out and disseminate. And in this way, we can make our prospective members feel really important, and it will be a really good bridge to invite them to our further meetings.
Sure, absolutely. I'll make sure that I'll talk to Nalani as to see what would be the best forum to share the materials that we've created. And obviously, if you guys are inspired by that piece, you can use it and then just customize it to make it your own and whatnot. I'm more than happy to share that.
Yeah, absolutely great. And one more question, please. All your presentations, absolutely by all keynote speakers, are really amazing. Where can I get all those presentations to think thoroughly, to read more attentively?
Are you talking about this webinar presentation?
Yes.
Okay, I believe that these presentations are recorded and will be made available after the webinar. Is that correct, Nalani?
That is correct. It is
Okay.
being recorded right now.
Maybe I'm not really advanced user and I don't know how to get those presentations. If you give us some kind of induction, or maybe. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
We can do that. Take care. Good seeing you.
Good to see you.
Anyone else?
Aloha, everybody. This is Sandy. I have a question. Are you going to be covering the same content or similar content at the seminar? This is great, by the way. Good job. Good content. And I was just wondering if the seminar is going to have similar content, or will it be different?
I would say yes. Conrad and the three of them have information best practices that everyone can really use. Yes, I would say so, and probably tweak a little bit. I have to talk to with my four bosses in the committee.
I would encourage you to. It's good information, and it's something that we can encourage more people to come to. Yeah.
Certainly.
This is good.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. There was something I remembered, Conrad, that you had. It was on your stationery or your email where on the bottom, I was able to click on it and it took me straight to your website at your Rotary Club. Did you touch on that?
I did not. So what Nalani is referring to is that I created an email signature block so that anytime that I send out my any emails, it will have that signature block at the bottom. And what it basically does is number one, it showcases the Rotary Club of Ala Moana as well as Rotary International. So it then, if somebody wants to join or donate to Rotary, they can click on the image and it'll take that person directly to our website. We don't have a direct link to a membership, fillable form online. That is something that Club Runner is working on. I know that some clubs may already have it because they were in a pilot, but Club Runner has not formally rolled out this piece. And I did talk to them earlier in the Rotary year, asking them when would this be available, and unfortunately they don't have any information. So you can create your own link back to your website. If you do have a fillable form, great. If not, just send them to your landing page. Let me see if I can share that with you right now.
That'll be awesome.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Well, this has been a great afternoon, and the team has worked so hard trying to make this 1 hour time worth of value to you that you can take back to your clubs. And this has been a working in progress. And as we move forward, I think we'll get better at it and we'll have more stories to tell and more examples. So here's Conrad, he's back again.
Okay, so what I did was created this this image here that pops up in my email whenever I compose a new email. So if I am composing an email to Nalani, I can create an email, and so what happens is I don't need to sign off on the bottom of the email because I have this imagery here. It showcases that I'm part of the Rotary Club of Ala Moana, and there's a rectangular box here that says Join Rotary. It will take that person directly to our website where we have some call to action there where they can email any of the executive board to if they express interest in joining Rotary. And then of course we have 3 different links at the bottom. One is for Rotary International, and I've highlighted this year's presidential theme. Also included a little plug for the Rotary International Convention in Honolulu next year. And then of course the polio campaign is on the 3rd section. And I did want to showcase, because I think we should be very proud of the fact that Charity Navigator has rated Rotary International with 4 out of 4 stars in terms of their management of donated funds. So anyways, I also shared this template with everyone on the membership committee. So if any club is interested in creating their own signature block, I can give you the template so that you can create your own as well.
Okay. I thought that was very interesting and creative of Conrad to leave that there. So we have come, we have 2 minutes before we end this meeting. I just want to say thank you all very much for joining us. And I don't know if there'll be another webinar But I know for sure that we'll be visiting all the islands where the clubs are with our fall seminar, and I will be taking one of my membership committee members with me as I travel to the different islands. So at least they'll have that experience of getting to know the clubs and getting to share what they know firsthand. So thank you, everyone, and have a great day. Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha, everyone. Thank you.
Hi,
Irina. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Irene. Take care.
Вообще, до здрасте или до свидания.
Aloha и здравия.